Jam on toast.
Hey there, welcome to Jam on Camera. Today the toast is to Olympus Has Fallen. This is a review for week 54 of hashtag We Are Movie Club. This week's pick was Charlie's. Was it ever Charlie's? Because I wouldn't have picked this movie. The short sale is that Korea takes over the White House. Pretty much saw the movie right there. My love for this was all the parts with actually Judd in it. He put her in the refrigerator. Like, one of the 3 or 4 female characters in the movie, one of the, like, 2 bad guy ones was a sniper shooting at them on the White House lawn. And if you've seen the White House lawn, at least in the movie, it's pretty wide open space, not a lot of things happening there. For some reason, there's this tree there for one of the scenes. Don't even think it's there normally in the movie. But she snipes this one guy to the main character's right, and then he sits behind the tree and does one of these, and he snipes her. No scope, from a pistol. She is at least almost the full length of the lawn away, if not on the other side of the street. If she is scoping at the same distance, no, there's no way he made that shot. No. Bad movie. The MVP for this was Morgan Freeman, mostly because I like the idea of Morgan Freeman as president. I think even if he didn't do that good a job, everything he said would sound really good. And, I think we have a happy public, if nothing else. Real calming voice. Even when he got mad, I think it was very relaxing. Like, look, we're going to relax right now. Let's get on to the categories, why don't we? Aesthetics. I was really expecting a lot out of this because they started with this nice snow scene. They had fog going. I'm like, oh, they really put some good look into all this. And they had the bridge scene. And they lined out the accident so that it goes just right and everything's real believable. And I was really into it all the way up until her head injury, and then I started questioning things. But the rest of that scene goes okay, and then we just go into this weird selection of choices. Now they had some good practicals, but every single practical I feel was balanced out by a horrible option for CG. Or these weird little close-up scenes so you can't tell where it's happening. So they didn't have to film it along with everything else. They filmed them ahead of time. They obviously spliced them in just to make it work. We've got some Poor Man 9/11 going on with the Washington Monument. We've got just people shooting and getting shot everywhere. There's some horrible blood scenes. Places. The automatic guns don't even look like they're at the White House. The entire scene with the plane was horrible. I felt like screaming at the TV the entire time because it's not how you would aim those guns on a plane, especially given one of them's definitely flying. And the other one maybe is manning guns. He's not looking down on either side. He's like, oh, there's people in that direction. Especially since, it's not like a dogfight. You don't have guns pointing towards your front. They're shooting off to the sides and wherever they're pointing. And especially large caliber like that, you don't aim at people. So him telling people to get down, get out of the way, it's not doing anything. It's shooting right through the car next to you. It's just going to hit you. And then the fact that they chose Korea was kind of a really weird thing. And it makes South Korea look really stupid. And North Korea look much more clever and tech savvy than I could ever imagine they are. Because there was a lot of people assaulting the White House. So not only that, but that means that you've got a major trafficking thing happening. So just the sight of them doing all the garbage trucks with giant machine guns and stuff in it, I just spent a lot of time going what were they thinking when they did this, and it made it look like South Korea would never vet their security, like, unless, like, the whole point is that South Korea turned against us, and then I completely missed that, so shame on me. But Stags gets a 50. Character development. Most of the character development was done in the very first scene where they're getting ready to go to the party, and, like, they're all talking to each other, and he's hanging out with the kid, and they're boxing the two guys, and so you get established really quick, like, kind of what all their relationships are, and then, like, one of them dies, and you're like, well, what was the point of that? Just don't have her there. Just talk about it off scene, even. Which was a shame, because I was looking forward to seeing what actually Judge would do with the character, because I saw a lot of potential in all the characters in the first couple scenes, and then, like, it just got squashed really fast. With maybe the exception of the main guy, Banning, and I don't know, I didn't buy the whole conflicted thing with the other guy. The president would kind of turn into a debilitated whiny ass. The kid was like, why doesn't daddy love me anymore? And then, I don't know, like, it was there, but it was like half-hearted bullshit. None of the villain stuff was believable, or at least interesting enough to be believable, so it's just bad guys being bad guys. Character development gets a 30. Storyline. I told you the story. Some Koreans took over the White House. And then supposedly there's heroic antics to save the president and everything. And I really think they dropped the ball, because the whole thing with the family dynamic going on in the beginning was really interesting. I just really didn't feel like they executed very well with everything. Storyline gets a 20. Compulsion. Oh god, I would have turned this off pretty quick, I would think, if I wasn't watching it to eventually do this. And I felt like it was a waste of my time. I don't enjoy action for action's sake. I think action actually has to have story and purpose, probably drama behind it, because you can do action comedy and it works out. See a Jackie Chan movie, they can be pretty funny. But that's a comedy movie that has action in it to me. Whereas this is just action. It's just people shooting at each other, and they spiced it all together, and that doesn't interest me. I start paying attention to what the guns are and, like, how they're firing and what they sound like through the movie, and some of the choices were just ridiculous. But you think there would be a lot of different ways to do this a lot better, and probably a couple ways you could do it quietly, because once they're in the stupid room, does it really matter? No. Nobody outside that room was really doing a whole lot until they came out. Compulsion gets a 20. Now, if you total all that up, you get an average of 30. This is a fail categories for me, but for my rep review, I've got to say, if you like action, you like guys shooting at each other, someone running around trying to be a hero in a really bad, weird situation that you don't really care about, is you're just watching people blow stuff up and shoot at each other, then you're probably going to have a good time with this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlie goes, it wasn't the best movie, but I enjoyed it. That is a horrible impression of Charlie for you. I hope that livens up this video just a tad. But this was a review for hashtag We Are Movie Club. This week's pick was Charlie. Sorry, Charlie. It's not my thing. I know we need to push each other on this a little bit more, and maybe I can be more gracious, but I could say that this is a equivalently bad movie, but I think it's more that I just didn't like it, though it did have some very big technical flaws. Next week is going to be me, and I am taking us into Your Next. It's a slasher movie that I didn't even know about until I heard it, and I was like, why didn't I watch this already? And I was totally right. Totally my thing. If you want to see some action that actually has some plot and mystery and drama to it, watch Your Next with us for next week. Include the hashtag We Are Movie Club. Or yell at us on the Twitter at We Are Movie Club. And yeah, let us know if you want to get involved and do this too. I know it's a great thing to go into the holidays with, but I think we're notably inappropriate for that. And maybe for December we can try to fix that a little bit. But have a nice day. I am Cameron. If you want to see anything else we're up to, go ahead and click the annotations, and they'll take you to our other channels.